This video is brought to you by Squarespace.
Hi friends, and welcome to my room. If you're new here, hi, my name is Céline. I make knitting videos here on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining. It's great to have you. If you're not new here, you may not recognize this setting. I have never really filmed here apart from a couple of times. And the reason being is that I've been filming all my YouTube videos so far on my iPhone, which doesn't do very well when it's quite dark. So I've never really filmed in this part of the flat because it's the darkest. But I just bought a new camera and it's meant to record pretty well in dark situations, so I'm putting it to the test. Filming on a super gloomy, rainy, stormy day in the darkest corner of my flat. Now today we're in for a ride, you guys. I'm going to be organizing and hopefully decluttering my wardrobe. I'm going to reorganize and up my storage of my handmade knits. I have been living in this flat for 6 years and I must come clean. I have accumulated too many clothes. My wardrobe is exploding. I lost my spark when it comes to living in this flat. I don't enjoy it as much as I used to, and I really want to regain that excitement. A really important next step would be to declutter my wardrobe because it's just giving me anxiety. So yeah, I'm just asking for your moral support while I do this. I feel like I must address this line on this door, but see, my room is a room of doors. I've got 4 doors in here, 2 for my wardrobe, 1 for my bathroom, and 1 right in front of me to exit the room. See, when they designed the situation, they didn't think that this would happen and that the handle of my wardrobe would rub against that door and chip the paint off of it. But what makes me feel better is that this was already there when I moved in, so it wasn't actually my doing, it was the previous tenant's doing. So let's open the chaos. Oh, so this is what it looks like when I have to put an item of clothing back into my wardrobe. Not cute, right? Now I do like to give myself some grace and keep in mind that this is all of my clothing for all seasons. I've got no place to store anything. Well, not exactly. I also have this chest of drawers. So I keep literally everything, even my coats and jackets in here. But with that kept in mind, we still gotta do something about this. My jeans are currently all hanging and my t-shirts are squished, scrunched up and folded in my drawers. Yesterday, I realized that makes absolutely no sense. I should have my t-shirts hanging to avoid them from creasing and then my jeans just folded in my drawers. So let's do that. These should be most of my jeans with a couple of random trousers and skirts, and they're very heavy. I'm gonna pop those over into this drawer that currently very messily hosts some of my hand knits. This is tragic. I'm so sorry. All right, it's been a couple hours. I've also been through my sock drawers and some other ones that are not that interesting, but I thought I'd check in and show you what I'm planning to give away so far. This green bodysuit, this was actually given to me by a friend because she wasn't wearing it anymore, but I just got to a point in my life where I just can't do bodysuits. I don't care about the aesthetic of it enough to have to deal with the uncomfort of it. A black turtleneck with a pretty texture all over the body, but this one is so tight fitting, it will literally suffocate you. But this is also one of them. It's this little lace number that just doesn't do much for me right now. It just doesn't make me look very fresh. Throwback to my pre-knitting days where I would buy commercial knits. The yarn is just not for me. I've got a black hoodie, which is not really my style. I wouldn't wear it out. I also have this Urban Outfitters zipper polo. I'm not sure what you would call this. I just never wear this. I've had this for 7 years or so. I got it at uni, I remember, in the Urban Outfitters in Guildford. Sorry, I used to spend so many hours a week in that shop. This is a Billie Eilish merch that I got in a goodie bag at a work event. I never wear this, so I'm gonna give it to someone who will appreciate it. A little satin red cami. This is actually quite pretty. I've just worn it once in the last 7 years. Even when I've made a conscious effort of putting an outfit together with this, it's just never worked for me. Do you remember when these were super popular? It's a turtleneck with arms. I've worn this once. Next, I have a maxi denim skirt that doesn't fit me anymore. This shirt, which is cream and pink, but most importantly, I don't like that it's 100% plastic. It just feels a little bit icky to me. As a knitter, I've grown to be quite snob about my materials. So this is just the time that I will part ways with this. Next, I have this brand new, never worn, fresh with a tag men's sweater. It's 100% wool. Now, I would be all over this. I would love to wear this if it weren't for the fact that it's just made for someone who so obviously doesn't have my type of build. The shoulders are really bulky, but then the sleeves are very tight, so it just makes me look a bit strange. This one was actually purchased by Mr. Woozy online. It didn't fit him. He tried to give it to me to see if it would work for my brother. It didn't fit him. So now we're thinking we're just gonna give it to Mr. Woozy's nephew, and I reckon that will be very nice for him. I'm gonna give most of these to friends and family, and whatever I've got left, I will either give to charity or I'll leave it in my building's foyer. We like to exchange things, and when people have unwanted items, they just leave them in the foyer, and after 2 seconds, someone else takes it. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do with these guys. I'm trying to set this tripod. Is it level? Who knows? But hi, I'm back. And it's time for a snack. One of my favorite snacks is eating my roasted salted peanuts from this little dish, because the way you eat it makes the snack as well. Like for example, when I'm eating a croissant, I must tear some bits and then eat it. If I just bite into it, I'm not going to enjoy it. And similar thing goes for my roasted peanuts. I enjoy them 5 times as much if I eat them off of this little dish. In all truth, I only enjoy them this way when I'm alone in the house, because I basically drink them out of this little dish, which is tragic table manners. But we're alone in the house today and I'm gonna treat myself. Cheers. So good. During this short snack break, I thought I'd chat to you guys about today's sponsor, which is Squarespace. So if you've watched some of my past videos, you may know that I've been building my own website to host the sale of my patterns and other fun projects. And I've been using Squarespace to do that. So it's your all-in-one website platform for creatives to stand out online. It's so perfect for me because I don't really have the capacity and, to be honest, much interest to learn coding and acquire complicated website building skills. So I can 100% rely on Squarespace to build an online hub that can represent my brand as best as possible. It hosts so many features that really target everyone and anyone, whether you want to provide services like online knitting classes, for example, or sell product, both digital and physical. I have been dipping my toe in search engine optimization because Squarespace has integrated SEO tools that help you get discovered fast with meta descriptions and auto-generated sitemaps, which essentially just means you'll appear more frequently on searches online. I'm really looking forward to using the platform's invoicing features because it'll just clean up and streamline my workflow with proposals, contracts, and online payments. So far, when it comes to invoicing a sponsor, for example, my method and process is so basic. It really does call for more structure and a little bit more zhuzhing up. So in case any of you would like to build a Squarespace website for your businesses or creative projects, you can go to squarespace.com and start a free trial. And once you're ready to launch, you can go to squarespace.com/Woozy by Céline and use code Woozy by Céline to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. In proper British weather fashion, it stopped raining and the sun came out. So I shall take a little break and be out for a couple hours. I really fancy going to the flower market to purchase a plant or two.
Suddenly, the world I used to know, I see it differently. You woke me from a dream, now here's reality. Baby, baby, you are really hurting me. 'Cause every time you tell me I look good and that I'm doing fine, but nothing ever changes. And now I see, baby, you are hurting me. Stuck in repeat. Stop lying. I know you're playing your part, but baby, it's breaking my heart. How could I know if you don't need me? Just let me know when I go. Truthfully, the game that you've been playing felt so real to me. I once believed that you could be my
Now leisure time is over. It's time to head back to closet and drawer organization. I want to work on moth proofing because what I currently have in my drawers probably isn't effective anymore. So let me show you what I do to protect my knits from the enemy.
Deixa de preguiça, deixa o cobertor, deixa que hoje eu vou ser o teu calor. Sei que tá friozinho, já sei como é. Sei que o nosso amor aquece quando quer. De manhãzinho o sol nasceu. Deu esperança de beijinhos.
All right, so I'm here with the anti-moth bags that I've just made. As you saw, I added some rosemary that I foraged, clove seeds, and cinnamon sticks. But if I have access to it, I'll also put some bay leaves and lavender, just honestly anything that smells really good. Moths really despise. Can't relate because having a sweater that smells like cinnamon, sign me up. I made 5 baggies for this drawer, so I'm just going to spread them around. This will ensure that all of the knits in here can take up the scent and keep the moths away. Now, remember how at the beginning of this video I told you how I struggle to hang things in my wardrobe because it's so packed? I still have this issue. I'm not going to pretend like I already fixed it in the course of a couple hours. I'm just keeping it real. I very much struggle to make space in my wardrobe, especially because I'm confined to this closet space and I'm kind of forced to put jackets and coats in here. As you can see, there's a shelving unit here that divides the top third of this closet. It goes beyond this front bit. It actually reaches the ceiling, so there's quite a lot of space in there. For now, I keep the rest of my handmade knits folded in here. I also stand this box on its side to act as a little shelving situation and keep my knitting needles in here. These are a couple projects that don't fit in my yarn storage, and then this zip box has all of my winter accessories, so gloves, scarves, and beanies. See, my dad is coming to visit me in August, and I wonder if he could help me figure out a way to install a pole up there so that I could hang all of the jackets and coats. That would make so much space. All of my handmade knits are either folded or rolled, like these guys right here. If I can, I will roll them because this will limit creasing. It's actually crazy how good this drawer smells right now. Also, something that really invades my space and bothers me to the core are all of the cables that I have on the floor. So I finally got myself a little cable box to organize those and hide them away. And I found this one that basically looks like my desk's twin. I will leave the link to this in the description. If you don't own a cable box, oh my goodness, do I recommend it? I reckon this will be life-changing for my mental sanity. Just having all of those unpleasant looking black cables in this pretty little textured box with a wooden top. So yeah, I've gone about 10 years without a cable box and now I'm a changed woman. I'm really adulting, aren't I? Okay, now I've got something super fun planned. So I have lost a little bit of my knitting mojo in the last couple weeks or so, and I think it's because I'm just not working on any super funky fun projects. So that's what I'll be doing today. I'm gonna cast on something so fun. It's gonna give me my momentum back and it's gonna make me super excited about knitting every day. I'm feeling quite proud that I'm about to embark on this project because I have been meaning to do so for a long time. I've mentioned it to you guys in a bunch of my videos, specifically 10 knitting plans I'm committing to for real this time. The project in question is Lepool's Olymp vest. I couldn't remember the name. It's sort of on theme as well because I have been focusing on reorganizing and decluttering my space this entire video. This project looks at using up yarn scraps. Emptying up my yarn storage is one of my biggest goals, and this project will help me so much in that. I already bought the pattern a couple weeks ago and I have collated a couple of scraps that I'd like to start with. So without further ado, let's get into it.
내 머릿속엔 there's something new 아무리 즐기려 해봐도 Oh darling always 모르겠지만 바라바라겠지만 내게 말아봐라 같은 말이 Says to myself politely Open your heart to see it Show that you got it this playground of your own
Alright, so I've been knitting for half an hour and this is what I got so far. There's just something so satisfying about already having all of the yarn for this and kind of blindly picking the next skein for the next couple rows. I'm currently rewatching all of the Twilight Saga, so I'm on the 4th movie, gotta get to that. I'm just gonna lie down, relax, and keep on working on my Olymp vest. I'll do that for an hour or so, and then I'll edit this video. Hi friends, please pardon the mini interruption. It's actually a couple of days later, but I thought I'd take the opportunity before exporting the video to give you a little update on my Olymp vest because I've made a little progress during the last couple of days that I've been editing. So right now, this is where I'm at with my Olymp vest. Turns out I'm actually working on the back panel. When I cast it on, I thought I was starting at the front for some reason, but yeah, it's just the back panel. So far, it's been an absolute blast. It's very addictive because you just want to find out what color you end up choosing next. I was kind of worried about picking the correct colors each time, but it kind of turns out that they all work together really. When something's this eclectic, everything is just much more forgiving, which feels very freeing and exactly what I needed. I've had a couple questions on Instagram from people asking me if it's hard to maintain the same gauge throughout using different colors. For me, the answer is no. I've not even swatched for this. As long as I'm using some sort of worsted weight, it all works together. Granted, some of these yarns are slightly lighter Aran weight than the others, but since you have to keep changing, they kind of even each other out, if that makes sense. My only complaint about making this is that my workspace becomes such a mess when I'm working on this because you're constantly changing and skeins of yarn just roll out everywhere. So it's quite an untidy process. I must do it at home. I can't take it around with me because that would just be too complicated unless I pre-measured the yarn. But other than that, I am having the time of my life. So it might be a good time to end the video here. I really hope you got a chance to relax watching this video. I hope you got some rounds in your projects. Of course, let me know in the comments what's currently on your needles. Also, let me know what you're watching, TV shows, films that you recommend. I finished watching Lost last night. I watched the last episode. Confused is an understatement. Unsatisfied is also an understatement. My closet clean out reorganization will be an ongoing project. I'll keep you guys posted if I figure some really cool organizational things out. Please let me know your favorite ways to store your knits, and let me know if you also get a chance to try making those little anti-moth bags. I'm very curious as to what spices you're gonna select for those. Wishing you a restful or productive rest of the day. I thank you so much for sticking till the end of this video. I really appreciate the company. I will leave my Instagram on screen in case you'd like to follow my creations more in real time and hang out on there. I will say bye for now, and I hope to see you in my next video.
내 머릿속엔 there's something new 아무리 즐기려 해봐도